The first thing I did after being reborn was find a big, fat leech in the river and swallow it whole without hesitation. Even while it twisted like crazy in my throat, I forced myself to swallow it down. Because after a gamma ray swept across Earth, the apocalypse began, and people had a chance to awaken as the last animal they ate. Some people ate roast chicken and turned into full-on pop idols, singing, dancing, rapping, even playing basketball. Some ate a crocodile skin belt and turned into a 300-foot giant gator, devouring everything in sight. But in my last life, all because I ate a duck neck, I ended up turning into a rat everybody wanted dead. Now that I've been reborn, I got an unlimited devour system. The stronger what I devour is, the stronger I become. And in my last life, this mutant leech eventually turned into a monster that could devour anything. Right now, staring at the leech writhing around in the tank, my stomach was turning. If devouring stuff makes me stronger, then what the hell am I waiting for? So I gripped my teeth, rolled up my sleeves, and reached in to grab the mutant leech. But instead of getting caught, it broke free and bit my finger. Blood dripped from my finger into the tank and the mutant leech went wild. I snapped instantly. This little bastard bit me? Screw it. Congratulations, host. You have successfully devoured the mutant leech. Gene sequence extraction complete. My wound healed up that fast. And on top of that, I could feel a huge surge of power rushing through my body. Then I walked over to the full-length mirror, stood still, and froze again. My short black hair had turned into long crimson hair, and my gray-brown eyes had turned bright red too. After checking myself over, I noticed a sucker-like opening had appeared in the center of my right palm. I could clearly feel that I could use it to drain blood from my enemies, but as I looked at myself in the mirror, I couldn't help feeling a little annoyed. The dark chaos hadn't even started yet, and I already looked like this. There was no way I could go outside, but the moment that thought crossed my mind, my crimson hair turned back to normal, and the opening in my palm disappeared. I just stood there, stunned. I could actually switch it on and off with my mind. I was instantly hyped. There were less than 2 days left before the dark chaos, and I still had 2 chances left to devour more. I remembered that in my last life, a rich guy in Daru City had a rare electric eel in his collection. After the dark chaos broke out, that eel became a mutant beast too. If I could devour it, maybe the gene recombination would unlock an even stronger ability. But with who I was right now, there was no way I could ever get close to that rich guy. Luckily, he had a daughter, and she happened to study at Qingbei University. I made my way to an abandoned park behind the school. Yan Ruyu, the rich heiress, lived a super low-key life. To keep people from finding out she was loaded, she walked here after school every day before getting picked up. As soon as I got to the park, I spotted a stunning figure in the distance. Just then, a Rolls-Royce pulled up in front of Yan Ruyu. Seeing that she was about to get in and leave, I shouted, "Kidnapping!" Yan Ruyu looked calm as ever and didn't take me seriously at all. But her 3 bodyguards got pissed. Somebody actually dared to pull a kidnapping right in front of them. The lead bodyguard immediately pulled out a baton and came at me like he meant business. I casually threw 1 punch, and before he could even scream, he got blasted backward. The other 2 bodyguards were completely dumbfounded. What kind of human could even do something like that? Looking at their shocked faces, I walked up to the Rolls-Royce and kicked it. The whole car actually flew back about 26 feet. Yan Ryu looked totally stunned, and the other 2 bodyguards were so scared they dropped to their knees. I ignored them and walked straight up to her. Yan Ryu said nervously, "You after money or me? Call your father, Yan Tiansheng. Tell him to bring me that rare electric eel from his collection. He gets you back when I get the fish." Yan Ruyu's brain basically short-circuited. This guy had gone through all this trouble to kidnap her, and it was all for that old fish her dad collected. Wasn't she way more appealing than some fish? Yan Ryu pulled out her phone and called her dad, quickly explaining her situation and what I wanted. At the same time, inside a conference room at Tiansheng Group, a middle-aged man holding a phone flew into a rage. "This is insane. In Daru City, someone actually dares to kidnap my daughter? Call the military and get reinforcements here now." Yan Tiansheng immediately had the driver take him home first so he could grab the rare electric eel. Yan Ryu put down her phone and looked at me. "I did what you asked. My dad will be here in half an hour." "You seriously went through all this just for 1 eel?" I nodded and said, "In 2 days, an aurora is going to sweep across Earth. Every living thing will mutate into a mutant beast. The world order will collapse, society will fall apart, and that eel will mutate too. When it does, your whole family dies." Yan Ryu said nothing. She just stared at me like I was a complete idiot. Believe it or don't, I'm not taking this eel for free. In exchange, I'm telling you all this ahead of time. Fair trade. Yanruyu shook her head and said, I really can't believe any of that. I didn't bother explaining anymore. I put my right hand on the ground and smashed it with one punch. My hand was crushed into pulp, but blood-red threads instantly stitched it back together. The two bodyguards who saw that from a distance were so terrified they passed out on the spot. Your family has businesses all over Daru City. Once the dark chaos begins, every kind of supply is going to be scarce. If you trust me, you can choose to follow me. I can keep your family alive. I understand, I'll talk to my father. Just then, sirens sounded in the distance, and a whole line of armored vehicles rolled up in front of us. A middle-aged man stepped out. I glanced at the fully armed military personnel and, completely unfazed, smiled at Yan Tiansheng. Mr. Yan, you brought what I asked for, right? Here's what you wanted. Yan Tiansheng tossed the briefcase straight at my feet. I opened the briefcase and immediately swallowed the eel. The moment they saw that, Yan Tiansheng and everyone else were completely dumbfounded. What the hell is going on? After I swallowed the eel, the surface of my body suddenly